All right, Princess. So now that we have our storyboard all set up nicely, we have a custom class, and that custom class is where data is going to be stored about particular universities. We need to create custom view controllers. So you can see here that on our storyboard, it's sensing this first controller as a table view controller, second as a view controller. But there's no custom code to allow you to manipulate what's going on with these particular view controllers. And so what we need to do is we need to create new files, new view controller files for each of these view controllers. And we'll achieve that by pressing File, New, File, Objective-C class, and we'll be choosing UI Table View Controller. And this will be University's Table View Controller. And we don't need the nib. It's not targeted for iPad. So this first one is University's Table View Controller. Next, we put it into our project. And here we have our custom table view controller object. And we can actually link this up with the table view controller in the storyboard. And we'll do that in a minute. But let's go ahead and create custom objects for these two view controllers. And we'll do that in the same way of File, New, File, Objective-C class. And these two guys are not UI table view controllers. They're UI view controllers. And this first one will say photo let's see. We'll just call it profile view controller. Next. So it'll be kind of a profile for the university. All right. And then Objective-C class, and it also will be a UI view controller. And we'll just call this one, sort of details or something. Details view controller. Okay. So now we have our custom view controllers, table view controllers for our project. Now we need to wire that code with the view controllers. And we do that by going to our storyboard file. We zoom in to 100%, open up our right panel, and we need to select by hitting that that orange guy to select the entire view controller. And then we go to this identity inspector, and we search and we say it's a custom class. It's currently a UI table view controller, which is not custom, but we make it custom by choosing University's table view controller. And that links up this view controller with the code. Same way, this guy is going to be called profile view controller. And finally, this guy is details view controller. Okay, that wires up the code with these view controller objects. Now we need to wire up the outlets with the code. So this would be an outlet. This would be an IB action. And how do we do that? Well, we'll make some more space. And it's very similar to what we were doing before with the nib, where we can have that storyboard file open, and then open up the assistant editor. And then we should see that when this is selected, this guy, the profile header or implementation file is opening. So yeah, that's what we see. So this is associated with the profile view controller. So we can actually just do that same quick connection, just like we were doing in previous videos, where we hold down Command or Control, whatever it is. We say it's an outlet, and we say this is a photo, or I wonder if we want to say current. Just call it current photo. Yeah, current photo. All right. And now this button is linked to here through a segue, so we don't need to deal with that. But now here we're switching to a different view controller, and it automatically switched it to Details View Controller. So in the same way, we can wire up this outlet with a quick connection, and we can just call this like detailed information text. Detailed information. And we don't need to synthesize. And this is going to be a button to allow us to dismiss. So this is going to be a method, or an IB action to dismiss we'll call it dismiss. Now I think I made a mistake before. I made this a push when in fact what we want is a modal transition or segue. So let's change that to modal. All right, that's better. And it's this when it's modal like that, it sort of gets rid of that navigation controller, and then it's this OK button here that allows us to cause this view to be dismissed. We'll see more of that in a second. Now that we have our custom code for each of the view controllers, we want to think about what do we need to include into the header files of those guys. So in the university's table view controller, we well if we look at our storyboard here, let's back it up a bit. What's going on? Well, we're going to have a photos table view controller. It's going to list different universities. And then when the user selects a particular university, it's going to drill down and show a profile of one university. And then further information will be passed to see more details about the profile of the university onto this final view controller. So the question is, of these three view controllers, which of these need to know about the university object? The answer is all of them. So this university object, which contains the data fields for the university, needs to be available in every one of those custom header files. So what we do is we import, and we'll say university.h. That's fine. And we'll just copy that. The details view controller needs to know about it. And okay, university's table view controller needs to know about it. I wonder if I was in the wrong one before. Oh no. So there's the header file, that's fine. Okay, details view controller, that's fine. Yeah, all right, yeah. Profile view controller. So they now all have imported this custom class, this university.h, and can work with it then. Something else to ask is, all right, so we see this linkage of, first it's going to be this table view controller for the universities, and then you can drill down and see more the profile for the university here, and then additional information, text about the university here. Now, this view controller, this table view controller needs to know about this display or profile view controller. And furthermore, this profile view controller needs to know about this details view controller. And so how we do that is we import into the header file. So first, the university's table view controller, we import the profile view controller. And then within the profile view controller, we import details view controller. All right, that's great. So we've now created our custom view controllers, and something I haven't pointed out yet, but it's worth considering. We can see now it's not, these view controllers are not the generic UI table view controller now, but in fact it's displaying the custom name. So this is university's table view controller, profile view controller, details view controller. And it's getting that spacing right because we got our capitalization, sort of camel case, working nicely. So I think that wraps up now the custom view controller piece. And in the next section, we're going to be loading up data and displaying our list of colleges.